I want to go ahead and give you guys the skinny on what the dealio is when it comes to the eCBSV, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are shitting your pants right now. All right, that's right. The Crusader's back. And I bet you guys have missed the hell out of me, right? I'll bet. Now, I can't help but hear all the buzz about this eCBSV, the system that's getting rolled out when it comes to Experian. I know some of their Experian accounts are getting shut down. I want to go ahead and give you guys the skinny on what the dealio is when it comes to the eCBSV. But the first thing I'm going to say before I get into it is this video is for entertainment/education purposes only. None of this is a call to action. This is just for fun. So now that I've said that, I'm going to go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of what the hell this shit's all about, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are shitting your pants right now. All right, here's the deal. When it comes to the eCBSV, that stands for Electronic Consent-Based Social Security Verification. You know how the government, they love their acronyms. This is something that the Social Security Administration is rolling out to help thwart synthetic identities and fraud and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people have noticed that their Experian accounts are getting shut down. And one of the lead culprits of this is the fact that they're using this system. But here's the deal. First of all, I'm going to say that this system is in the process of being rolled out. So not everybody has adopted it and is using it as of right now. Experian is the only credit bureau that's using it. TransUnion and Equifax are not at the moment. Could that change? Of course it could. Here's another thing I'm going to let you guys know. When it comes to the verification process, it's not a pure verification. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the only thing that the Social Security Administration can disclose when the banks and the credit bureaus are using this system, the only thing they can disclose is a yes or no answer, or they can say that the file is in the death master file, meaning that the person has been reported deceased. Those are the three answers they can give. They're not going to say, oh yeah, this social security number is right, but the name's wrong, or they won't give any more information other than that. They can't legally. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you. There are instances where people would have different information on their social security number than that was originally there. People get name changes, stuff happens, and that is something that's like a regular occurrence. So just because your stuff doesn't match, that does not mean that it's a definite, done, gone. Is it a lot harder? Hell yeah, it is. Is it a lot harder to build CPN numbers and profiles? Yes, it's getting harder. Yes, that is without a doubt. And I blame the people who are turning it and burning it. The people who are getting these things, they're just fast, get as many as they can. Those people, I swear, I hate that. That is totally, bullshit, because it screws it all up for everybody. It really does. But unfortunately, that's the way people are. There's always going to be people out there that got to run it till it burns out. So that's what we're dealing with. So moving forward, what are some things that you guys need to keep in mind? Well, like I said, there's more than just one thing that the credit bureaus and the banks look for when it comes to whether or not they're going to approve you or kick your application back. There's more than one thing. It's in layers, if that makes sense. There's also something else I want to let you guys know, is that in order to use this system, they have to pay to use this system. They got to use third parties. There's a cost to this. So a lot of times they're not going to use this system unless they're really, on the fence of whether or not they're going to approve you for something. So what does that mean? That means like a hard inquiry, like when you open up a file like with a tri-merge, that's probably not going to trigger this thing, because they're not going to spend the money to send your information to the Social Security Administration if they know damn well they weren't going to approve you anyway. So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to building all this stuff out, a lot of the people that are getting their shit shut down are people that are being lazy. They're not building out their stuff right. They're not taking the time. They're not building out their public records. They're not making a digital footprint. They're not doing the things necessary because they're trying to go too damn fast. Those are the people that obviously they're going to be shit out of luck. Now, I will say this. When it comes to how to do all this stuff, I have workshops that show step by step how all this stuff is done. It's for entertainment/education though. Do not actually attempt this. This is just to show you how to learn how this stuff works. But I will say that my systems have worked, they still work, and it's a slower process, but does it really matter if it works? There's a lot of people out there that are making videos about all this stuff, and it's just like, the flavor of the week, fast, just to get views. Yeah, that sounds great, but when it comes to reality, building this shit out takes time. You need to be really precise. It needs to be cultivated. You need to get your public records entered. You need to have a plethora of things out there. You can't just go into public records, enter a few things, and then, oh, it's done, add a trade line, oh, it's done. No, that ain't gonna work, especially now with the way they've changed things. The lending standards have gone up. And also, when it comes to authorizing your trade lines, like you can get a trade line vault, the amount of trade lines and the limits that you are gonna need to have in order to boost your score, that is going up. It's harder. The banks they're tightening up on shit. It ain't like it was back right after the pandemic when they were just handing money out left and right. It's just not like that. Shit's getting squeezed. And I'm sure you guys have all felt it. So the only thing I can suggest, if this is something that you were going to get into, I would do it now. Because, as time goes on, these doors are going to be closing. They just are. I hate to break it to you. I hate to shit on everybody's parade. But I'm just a realist. There's no way this shit can continue. As for right now, does it still work? Yeah. But do I guarantee that in 5 years it's going to be working? In 2 years? Shit, I don't know. Like anything could happen. So you guys can just take that for what it's worth. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Crusader out.